Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Alan and this is my channel, Conscious Evolution. I wanted to talk a little bit today about toxic relationships. How do you know if you're in a toxic relationship? More importantly, how do you get out of a toxic relationship? This is something I struggled with for a long time before I got a plan together and took action to get out of that relationship. The thing with this new energy, the new energy of this planet that we're in now, though, the new light that's on the planet. There's no more old, well, I mean, there's still old energy, but the old energy is fading quickly, and the light is increasing quickly. So when you awaken to these spiritual truths, and this just came to me, I was listening to Crying the other day, and he said, the people that are awakening, the people that are waking up right now, and their family supports them, and they don't have any like real turmoil with the people they're in relationships with, that are their close, soul family, their real family, which is their soul family. They had already dealt with their karma in the past lives. So if you're awakening like I did, and no one around you in your family understands what you're going through and they all think you're crazy, then you have some karma you had to deal with yet, which was me. Because it took a long time before I found and interacted with people of like mind, of similar thoughts and beliefs. Well, it took a long time for me to identify that I was in a toxic relationship. I was going to counseling, and I was talking to my counselor about my relationship with my wife, and just what happened in our day-to-day interactions. And she like got real worried about me. She's like, you need to get out of that relationship immediately. You if you're not happy, then what are you doing there? Like, why are you doing it? And that, a typical response, I guess, for most people, I believe, especially with kids, is like, well, we got the kids. And it's like, your happiness is more important than anything. Do most people find that to be a selfish statement? Absolutely. Is it? No. Yeah, maybe a little bit, but you need to be selfish. You need to to pamper yourself. You need to be happy. Your state of mind, being in that happy state, will open so many doors for you. You want to know the key to manifesting, to create the ideal life that you want? It's to visualize it and feel the emotions of already having it without needing to see it reflected in your day-to-day reality. Visualize it. Be happy as if it already exists. And the universe has no choice other than to reflect that to you. That's how it works. Anyways, back to toxic relationships. So, you're in a toxic relationship. Are you happy? Are you not happy? When's the last time you felt true excitement about anything you did in your relationship? Are you building resentment? Is the person you're with judging you and putting you down and saying that your thoughts and beliefs are stupid and that you're crazy? Are they just like smiling and nodding? Oh yeah, sure, okay, okay, Alan, yeah, sure, that's what's going on. Sure, we create our own realities. Sure. So ask yourself that question: are you really happy? with where you are right now? Are you really happy with where or who you're with right now and the people that are surrounding you? Because one thing I know that really shifted for me after being exposed to these reconnective healing frequencies is I was no longer willing to take shit from people. I was no longer willing to be disrespected or verbally abused or mentally abused any longer. And when I woke up to these things, I realized that I had been living in that circle of people manipulating me my entire life. My whole life. It's like you're so deep in it. You're swimming around in that fishbowl with all these other like-minded fish. And then when you jump out of the fishbowl and you see the world through a different lens, then all those fish in the fishbowl think you're freaking nuts. But you can't judge them, okay? We gotta be careful with our words here. We don't wanna, create that our hierarchy where you're better than them because you're spiritually evolved or you're awakened or you're enlightened and you know the truth of the matter. But because if their beliefs are what their beliefs are true to them, and that's what's true for them, so we can't judge that even though they're judging you. When someone judges you, that's got nothing to do with you. When someone's judging you, they're projecting their own insecurities. So by the act of judging someone, you're projecting your insecurities. Think about that the next time you judge someone. What about you? What insecurity about you are you projecting in that judgment? Makes you think a little bit, huh? So if you are in one of these toxic relationships, now what? What do you do now? How do you get out of it? What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Do you have options? Do you have a brother, sister, family that you can go stay with? Do you have kids in it? Well, then, you might want to think about this for a little while. This was the single most hardest decision I've ever made in my life. And I didn't want to make the decision, and I couldn't pull the trigger and stick to it. I pulled the trigger left and went back, and then I left and went back. And each time I went back, it was killing me. Energetically draining and constricting. It was painful. There's another video I'm going to do, are you an empath? Can you feel other people's energies? Because that's where it started for me, feeling the energies and feeling the constriction. When you're around someone of like mind or someone that has your best interests at heart, you feel the expansion and that freedom to do and think and say what you want and what you're thinking, what you believe, without judgment. Those are the kind of people you want to be around. You want to surround yourself with people that are happy to see you thriving, that support you in your mission. If you don't have those people surrounding you, then really look at what you want out of life and what you want out of the relationships that you're in currently, because that's just not healthy. If they're constantly beating or ragging on you, or mentally or physically or verbally abusing you, it's not healthy. Matter of fact, in this new energy, that's what I was starting to say earlier, in this new energy, that is actually killing you faster. See, this energy is built for light and built for love and passion and compassionate action, just compassion. So if you're not in alignment with those things, or with people that have your best interests at heart as you're evolving through your spiritual evolution, through your conscious evolution, then that is actually killing you faster. Because the energy, the stress, this is backed by science now. The stress is actually producing hormones. You're producing viruses. You're producing diseases in your body when you're energetically out of alignment. Meaning, if you're stressed out, if you go into that, the panic mode, you're killing yourself faster. You're shortening your lifespan. And most people are in a constant state of stress, anxiety, and fear. Can't imagine what their bodies are doing, what their bodies are producing. Because when you're in stress and anxiety and fear, your body shuts down production of like all the, I can't think of the technical scientific terms, but it shuts down the production of the things that keep you healthy, the things that fight off those viruses, the things that prevent you from getting cancer. Because it takes all your energy focused on that fear, stress, anxiety, which is your fight or flight. So your body's in a constant fight or flight if you're in that state of mind. That is so unhealthy. Plus, it's exhausting. My goodness. If I experience a fear or stress, like my heart races, and it's so uncomfortable to me now. Like my heart just pounds and pounds, and I gotta like really like sit down and take some deep breaths and start to meditate and get back in alignment with my true self, with who I really am, in alignment with my inner being, with my inner God self. And then all is well again. System is operating at full capacity. So, I don't know why I got off on or where that tangent came from, but it came and it happened, and I'm not taking it back. So I just kind of wanted to say that because I know a lot of people that have gone through this. I being one of them. I spent months and months and months and months and months and months. Matter of fact, I think I spent 2 years of knowing I hated my relationship, knowing that this wasn't going to last, knowing that I had to do something about it. But in my mind, where I put the constriction on myself, if that makes sense, where I limited myself is where I thought I couldn't do something because of an old belief. I can't leave because of the kids. And that was a really hard thing for me to do because I'm not going to get into that. But I had to do it. So it was a really hard decision for me to make, and I had to leave everything behind to move on this path, to move on in my journey and my development and my evolution. And I'm going to do that. No matter what. I'm not going to stay stagnant. I'm not going to sit here and just know what I know and not be and be happy with that. It's constant evolving, constant expansion and growth, that's what we're here for. That's the human experience, Concentrate on you. Worry about yourself. Get into alignment with your inner being. Get into alignment with your spirit, with your soul, whatever term works for you. Get in touch with your intuition, with your instinct. Because instinct is the music of your life. It's guiding you. It's your inner guidance system. It's pointing the way. That and synchronicities are just screaming for you to understand them, for you to see the numbers. You've seen 1111, 333, 444. These are synchronicities. These are things that are being downloaded in the higher realms into your mind, into your subconscious, and they're being reflected into your physical reality through the numbers. But you see the numbers all the time. You just get that intuition to look at the clock at the exact second it's turning to 11:11. Or whatever your number is. I mean, how fascinating is that? Doesn't that make you a little curious to what it is and want to continue on? So, that's another thing. Are you happy in your relationship? When you are in your misery, are you seeing synchronicities? Are you seeing your numbers? If you see numbers, are you seeing them when you're in your misery? Or is it when you're in alignment and when when you're allowing good things to happen in your life is when you start seeing these synchronicities again. Synchronicities will always show you if you're on your path or not. If you're always on your path. Let's back that up a second. You're always on your path, no matter if it's in the best feeling emotions that you've ever been in, the best states you've ever been in, or not the best. Either way is part of your path. All the shit I went through, all the crap, all the karma, all that, blah, 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 was part of my path. That was the experience that I needed to grow and to learn those lessons to get to this point. And this is a constant evolvement, and we're just continuing to evolve. And I'm really just kind of rambling now, and these thoughts just keep coming to me, and I got to speak them out because I feel that's why they're just popping into my mind as I'm recording. So, if you're in a toxic relationship, please really do yourself a service and ask yourself these questions. Are you happy? Truly happy. Not what society tells you happiness should be. What society or your church or synagogue or whatever tells you that your marriage is supposed to be. Are you really happy? Not what anyone else expects you to conform to, their ideals of happiness. No, you. What makes you happy? And are you at that state of happiness? If not, what do you have to do to get there? Figure that out. And I promise you, your life will get so much better. Trust yourself, love yourself, be the change that you want to see in this world. You've got to be the change. Figure out what the change you want to see and then embody that change. Alright, I hope this video was of some value, that you got some important information out of here. If you have any questions, you can always contact me at contact@consciousevolution.love. The links are all below. I love each and every one of you, and I hope you are all doing very well. Okay, bye-bye!